Good morning, it's me. Thank you for showing up today. This is Lenten Yoga with Kristy. And let's see, we're looking at the second Sunday of Lent, the scriptures and the message. And so one of the concepts of Lent is letting go. And our scripture today is when Jesus tells us that in order to find our lives, we often have to lose what we think is most important, and sometimes to lose our life, we have to grasp onto things that are not serving us. So, quite a deep concept to ruminate on. But I'll share the scripture with you for today and a poem from Mary Oliver that talks about loving and letting go, and those are the things that we need to learn to do in this life. So it takes a lot of self-awareness, and in yoga we often ask ourselves to evaluate our inner landscape as well as our bodies, our outer landscape, and in our muscles, literally in our bodies, we ask ourselves, what can I let go of that isn't serving me right now in this practice? And then we turn our awareness inside and say, how does my body feel? Are there places in my walk and my life out in the world where I need to let go in order to gain? So nice, simple thoughts for us today, right? So welcome. And I invite you to rest back on your mat and make yourself comfortable in any way that suits. Maybe a bolster under your knees, maybe blanket under your head, whatever feels right to you this morning. And as you rest down, making yourself aware of your surroundings. So it's that time, my friends, to launch out into our awareness of being here and now by just looking around. So looking at your space, noticing colors and shapes, maybe with fresh eyes this morning. Maybe you shifted some things around in your environment that are different than they were the last time you practiced mindfulness. So just look. And then drawing your gaze to center, and if it's comfortable for you, closing your eyes here. If not, just soften your gaze and begin to just listen. How many sounds can you pick out in your surroundings? Maybe inside your house, outside. Inside your own body, maybe you can hear your breath moving in and out. Maybe your tummy is growling this morning. What do you hear? And coming to an awareness of the space where you rest. You know, in that space all around us, we have a lot going on. There might be literally air moving, brushing your skin. But beyond that, there's an awareness of where we are on our mats in relationship to everything else that's around us. That energy that's emitted by maybe your next door neighbor who is getting on your nerves right now. Maybe there's somebody you love right downstairs that you're just kind of sending out an antenna in that direction to connect with them. But in this space, I'm going to invite you in this moment to become aware of movement in the heavenlies. That around you now is your cloud of witnesses, those who cheer you on from on the other side of the veil, because that veil is actually quite thin, you know. Jesus is here, God is here, Holy Spirit surrounds you. And in this space, you are seen, you are known, you are loved, and you are held. As you rest here, notice how that might resonate in your body. Seen and known, loved and held in this space now. So paying attention to your sweet body next. How's your body feeling resting on the mat today? You feeling a little antsy? You're feeling really centered? Are you comfortable? Are you not? Maybe making some shift to make yourself more comfortable. And wherever you are, it's okay. Allow yourself the grace to be gentle this morning. Or maybe doing something good today for you would to be you push yourself a little bit farther. But just listen to your own inner guidance about where you need to be on this beautiful day, in this beautiful body, resting here in this space. So we'll come to an awareness now of our breath. Just watch your breath moving in and out. And as you're ready, becoming aware of the muscles in your abdomen and consciously softening that place, that rectus abdominis, just let it soften. Yep, let those transverse muscles let go a little bit so that as you begin to think about taking in a slower, fuller, deeper breath, your abdominal muscles might be able to expand to make room for your ribs to widen a little bit. It's kind of it's a conscious effort. As we send our breath into our lungs, allowing the belly to broaden. It's not something we do a lot in our culture. We feel like we always have to have our tummies tucked in and cinched and pulled in like a corset. But this is a place where we just want to let that go and find ease. Notice how that feels for you, that concept of a nice, soft, easy belly that lets the breath in easily, so that as you sip it in through your nose, it's like a sweet nectar that draws in down your throat and soothes down into the lungs and opens up those places in your body that are stuck today. And as you exhale, allowing the back body to settle, your face to relax, your belly to soften. So we call this diaphragmatic breathing. And that means that as the belly expands, your diaphragm drops to pull that sweet air into your body. It sucks it right in from the space around you. And as you exhale, the diaphragm rises to press out all the stale, funky air out of your lungs. You know, I'm remembering Rocky and Bullwinkle when they used to do resuscitation, and they would say, out with the bad, in with the good, or out with the good, in with the bad, whatever. So that's just where my brain is this morning. I don't know where you're going, but in with the good and resting on the out breath. And as you're resting in that breath, I'll share our scripture for today from the book of Mark. So Jesus went on with his disciples to the villages of Caesarea Philippi, and on the way he asked his disciples, "Who do people say that I am?" And they answered him, "John the Baptist, and others Elijah, and still others one of the prophets." He asked them, "No, wait, but who do you say that I am?" It's quite a question for us today. Who do you say that Jesus is? Who is Jesus for you this morning? Peter answered him and said, "You are the anointed one. You are the Messiah." And Jesus sternly ordered them not to tell anyone about him. Then he began to teach them that the Son of Man must undergo great suffering and be rejected by the elders, the chief priests, and the scribes, and be killed, and after 3 days rise again." He said all this quite openly, and Peter took him aside and began to rebuke him, saying, um, but, mm, but turning and looking at his disciples, Jesus rebuked Peter and said, "Get behind me, Satan, for you are setting your minds not on divine things, but on human things." He called the crowd with his disciples and said to them, "If any want to become my followers, let them deny themselves and take up their cross and follow me. For those who want to save their life will lose it, and those who want to lose their life for my sake and for the sake of the gospel will save it. For what will it profit them to gain the whole world and forfeit their life? Indeed, what can they give in something? My pages are stuck. For what can they give in return for their life?" Whew. So let's go back and look at this. For those who want to save their life will lose it, and those who want to lose their life for my sake and for the sake of the gospel will save it. For what will it profit them to gain the whole world and forfeit their life? So we're talking about letting go of things that aren't serving, holding on to the things that maybe are a little harder, or maybe not harder, but the things that we hear deep within that our guidance is telling us to do. So I'm going to invite us, we're going to just do a little exercise now to think about how it feels to hold on and then how it feels to let go. So let's take a look and awareness down at our toes, and squinch your toes, curl the toes up, curl the toes up. Take a breath here, feel that tightness, and on your exhale, let your toes release. And maybe we'll think about flexing our ankles, pressing out strongly through the soles of our feet, holding the feet tight. Take a breath. Notice how the calves feel and the shins, and exhale and let go. And then moving on into your entire legs, both legs, think about scrunching in, holding those legs tight. You might want to just hug those muscles to the bones. Your butt might clench here. Send out your energy through the soles of your feet as your legs tighten. Take a breath there. It's hard to take a breath when everything's all tight. And then exhale, let your legs go. Notice how your body feels. And then we'll go to an awareness of our belly and gather the belly in, make it really tight and tense. This is very interesting. Try here to take a deep breath. How it's a little tough to do that when you're all tense in your belly. And then exhale and soften your belly. And now take a nice full deep breath in when you're ready. How does that feel compared to how it feels when you try to hold on and allow that life-giving breath to come in? It's a little tougher, in my thought. And then we'll take the chest in. Maybe take your arms across your chest and squeeze in tight. Take a breath. And then let go and soften your arms down beside you and just let them rest. And then clenching our fists. Clench the fists. Take a breath, and on your exhale, release. Send your arms out, really hugging muscles into the arms, like making a little flexion, a little muscle in your bicep, just curling in those arms. Get them nice and tight. Take a breath and then soften. Good. Then we'll notice our face. Let's take your face, squish it all up real tight. Let your eyebrows knit together, or whatever you need to do to pucker up your whole face. Take a breath. And on your exhale, soften your face, soften your jaw. And now just inhale, arms up over your head, take a big reach, a big stretch, and notice how different this feels. How does it feel to just release and let everything go and let God's life-giving breath come in? So just rest here a moment and notice how your body feels. There's a big difference between grasping and holding and releasing and receiving. And so that's where we want to go today with our practice. Maybe we can at times stop and notice what we're holding on to that we don't need to hold on to, and where we might be able to go if we just allow ourselves to receive the breath, come into our bodies, and be where we need to be in that moment. It's quite a lesson for all of us in all levels of being, right? So let me get off this bolster here and climb down on the floor with you. And stretching out. I know you're stretching and moving and doing what you need to do. And now we'll just take the right knee into our chest, catch it in. So what we want to notice here is how we gently snuggle the right knee in toward that shoulder area as we release tension in the hips so that the hips can level. We want to draw the knee in, level out the hips gently. And now let's press some energy out from the belly gently all the way down. It's more of an awareness than a tightening. It's an awareness of a gentle engagement all the way down through the left foot. As you press through the sole of the left foot, spread your left toes, all the while gently drawing the right knee in, softening your shoulders and your face. Breathe. Allow the belly to soften here as you just take in a sweet breath. Notice how it feels in the front of your left hip. So that left hip pointer there where the left hip flexor is. When think about lengthening all the front of the hip, the front of that thigh, just press it out. And then we'll drop the right foot to the mat, draw the left knee in, snuggle that knee in. And gentle awareness of what is that? Leveling out your hips and lengthening your right leg down on the floor now. So we're lengthening out through the right leg, snuggling the left knee in whatever way is constructive for you. So let's listen to your body here. Notice what you're holding that maybe you can just let go of to make this the best it can be. Make this flexor opener on the right, this hamstring opener on the left, the best it can be for you in this moment, right now. Breathing, noticing, feeling. How's the back of your neck here? If there's a little pinch, you can maybe draw your chin to your chest, let your shoulders soften. And maybe rock your head a little bit side to side to release your neck. Good. And then we'll plant the sole of the left foot on the floor. Draw your right knee up so that both feet are on the mat now. And you're just going to rock the knees gently side to side. Nice and easy. Notice how this rocking motion is for you this morning. Is it a place of comfort and ease? Is there a challenge here? Good, so let's bring the knees to center. And we'll draw the right knee in, catch the knee maybe behind your knee or on top of the knee, pull it in again. We're just going to lengthen the right leg, press the sole of the right foot to the sky as you support behind that right leg. And then as you're here, look up at your foot and notice your foot as it points, your toes just kind of reaching up to the sky. And how does that feel in the front of your leg? And then flex as you gently press the heel up, draw your toes towards you. Where do you feel this? Breathe. So let's just point and flex back and forth, see how that feels. Gentle awakening. Notice that, again, that the shoulders are easy. And you're going to circle out now through your ankle. And other way. Good, and then come to center, press up through the sole of your foot, and notice now if it's accessible to maybe draw that leg in a little closer. Press up through the heel, shoulders broad and down, resting into the mat. Face is soft, and And just take a full, slow, easy breath here. And then bending that knee, you can plant the sole of your right foot on the mat. Let's take the left knee up and holding either on the front of your knee or probably underneath. You're going to pull it towards you. And then once again, stretch that leg up, press the sole of the left foot up to the sky. Do a little inventory, a little scan of your body here. And snuggle into it. I'm going to ask you in this place to really be aware of where you want to let go. What kind of breath is feeding you this morning? Do you need a nice full deep breath in? Do you need a sigh? Do you need to just, you need to make some crazy noises? You need to yell, whatever you need to do. You're there in your house, just do it. Just take what you need here. And then we'll point through your toe, up through the top of your foot, through the shin, through the calf, and then flex, heel up, toes towards you. Breathe. And then gently point and flex back and forth to wake up the hamstring, the ankle, your toes. And then circle out through your foot. And reverse it. And then come to center, press up again through your leg. Maybe you want to draw the leg a little closer in. Take a breath. And then bend your left knee, draw your right knee up to meet the left. Rock out side to side. And then we'll come to center, taking the hands on the kneecaps and separate the knees apart. And then you're going to row the knees away from you and back to center and pull them towards you. So we're doing our little wake up for the hip socket as we just circle the legs around. And then draw the knees together in center, and we'll go the other way. So the knees are together now. You'll press them away from you, and as your elbows are extended, you'll draw the knees apart and then circle the knees back towards your chest. So we're just continuing with those circles in the opposite direction, just circling around. Breathe, maybe bring a sense of lightness to the hip socket and just notice how that feels. Good, and then we'll come back to center. So from here, let's take, knees are bent, soles of the feet lift, so you look down at your knees and you'll see your toes peeking up just above the knees. Take your arms out side to side in a cross shape on the floor. And we'll just do a couple of flowing twists here. So let's come to center, take a breath. Allow your exhale to drop your knees over to the right side gently and with control. So as you exhale, your belly is going to come in and allow you a little bit of engagement to support your body while your knees go over. On your next inhale, draw your knees back to center. On your exhale, go the other way. Take your time. So when you reach the bottom of your exhale, notice that little pause. And then allow your inhale to draw you back to center. Little pause there, and exhale over to your right. Little pause, inhale, back to center. Little pause there, exhale over. And inhale back to center. Now we're going to go to the right side and just allow your legs to settle in whatever way is comfortable for you. Notice how your lower back feels here. If you need to tuck the hips under a little bit, maybe release a little bit in your left shoulder. Just notice how the shoulders feel, the chest. And breathe here. So this is your pose of luxury. You just want to relax. Maybe take your arms in goalpost here if that feels really good, bending at the elbows, whatever feels right. We'll take an easy breath here as we allow the twist to gently settle into our spine. Maybe take your gaze over your left shoulder. And what do you see when you turn your head? What do you feel in your body? Breathe. So taking your gaze back to center, on your inhale, draw your knees up to center, come back through, exhale slowly, other way. So you're allowing your body just to settle here, find your sweet spot. Maybe take your arms to goalpost again if you'd like. Take your gaze over your right shoulder to the right side. Notice what you see here. What's going on over in the right side of the room? Notice your body. Notice your breath. So as we rest here for one more second, noticing where can you let go? What are the important things? What are the important places in your body to be aware of for this to be the best side-lying twist ever, the best reclining twist, the freest, the one that the breath can move in the most freely and out? And then gently draw yourself back to center. And we'll take the feet to the mat. Press gently into the floor with your feet. Tilt your hips under, scoop, lift yourself into a little bridge, float up. So now you're engaging in the rear end. You're lifting your thighs to the ceiling, pressing gently into your entire foot. Take your arms up over your head. Nice and easy there. Press, 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 and then float your hips down, float your arms down by your side. And we'll just do that a few times. Take an inhale here. Exhale, hips draw under, arms float over your head as your hips lift. Press into your feet, and exhale, lower your hips, lower your arms, and rest. And we'll do that one more time. Scoop your hips under, arms overhead, roll up your spine. Back of your neck is soft, shoulders are easy. Breathe here. When you're ready, reach out through your fingers. And exhale down. Let your arms come down beside. Take a breath here when you're ready and just release. And notice how your entire lower back can settle in, how your mid-back settles, your upper back and your shoulder blades settling into the ground. Take our arms across our chest. Allow the entire back body to settle just for a moment as the back of your head is cradled by the floor. Your back is releasing. Hips are settling. Soles of the feet snuggle in. You can feel the floor under your feet. This is a way to become aware of being grounded. Here you are. And that's it. Here we are. That's it. Take a breath. And roll over onto your side. And just allow yourself to rest there and recombobulate for a moment. Good. And then press yourself slowly up to sitting to get your circulation regrouped there. And so we're going to move from sitting right on up into standing this morning. So to get there, let's go ahead on our hands and knees. Unless you're one of those people that likes to spring directly up onto your feet. Maybe you're like me and you like to just take one little step at a time and feel everything. So let's gently come onto our knees. Maybe just take a moment to ground through your paws, ground through your knees, shift back and forth. How does this feel? And untuck your toes and we'll press back into a very easy down dog. So let it be very simple. Pressing one heel, other heel. Shoulders are away from your ears. Maybe twisting it around a little bit. Take a deep breath here. And sigh it out when you're ready. Whatever you need. And when you're ready, bend your knees and we'll walk our feet toward our hands. Shift back a little bit so your weight comes into the center of your foot. Foot, feet, whatever those are. Lift your toes up, look at your toes, spread them out, put them down.
Pick them up, put them down, pick them up, put them down. And then we'll come to hands to knees. And just take yourself on up, roll on up. Very easy. Take your time. Allow your circulation to regroup here as the headless yoga teacher fixes her screen to say hello to you. Here we are. Am I there yet? Nope. Okay. And so, where are we now? So let's come to standing first. Just get here. Here we are. Let's plant the soles of our feet a little wider than our hips. Jangle it out. Breathe. And just let the arms really flop. And make your way around just a little bit here. Just some easy twirls just for a moment. And breathe. And then we'll make our way to center. We're just going to move right into pressing into the soles of our feet side to side. Good. And just gliding back and forth in a little figure eight. So take the arms around, little figure eights here. We're going to make our way down to our feet this way. So kind of, you can bend your knees. It doesn't have to be forward fold. You're just swishing around. If you'd like to take arms opposite and move a little figure eight there back and forth, or you can just swish side to side in a figure eight, whatever feels good. As you come up, you're thinking about moving that energy around your body in that figure eight fashion to just awaken and smooth out energy all around your body. You know the medical sign, the caduceus that has the snakes that come up, that's really what that is. It's that balancing of the energies through your mind to the heavens. Come on up. Reach way up. When you get there, take a breath and exhale, arms down. Good. And now we'll take our thumbs. So we're just going to tap all around your eyes and the orbital bone that's around your eyebrows and on your cheekbone here. Nice and easy. Take some thumps. And let's open our sinuses as allergy season ushers in. And we'll just take it on either side of your nose. Breathe here. Good. Oh boy. Itchy nose today. It'll be like that till May. That's why we do this. Good. And we'll come down to our collarbones now. So you don't have to lean over like this. I'm just doing it so you can see. Collarbones here. Sternum is here in center. So you want to come to that little, wonderful little triangle there where the collarbone meets your breastbone. And you're just going to thump right there. Good. So just thump it out. And breathe a little bit here. Good. And then come to the center of your sternum. Just think Tarzan. Maybe Cheetah. That's my favorite. I loved Cheetah and Jane. And then we'll just come around to the ribs. Give ourselves some pats on the ribs. And then under your arm, about 4 inches under your armpit on the side ribs, give yourself a little twirl. Breathe. Good. Shake it out. Good. And we'll come to fingers right on top of the pubic bone. Pull up. It's like you're zipping up. You're zipping up. Energy centers coming to your lips. This is where the conception vessel comes. And lock it in. Take it out and down. And we'll lift it up. Take it to your lips. Lock it up. Take it out. And one more time. Take it up. Little twist. Press it out. And down. Good. And ease out your shoulders. Just make it nice and easy. A little groove there for you. Good. And so we're going to step side to side and just do a little shoulder move here and sweep across and over, across and over. Breathe. Get all those meridians open in your body here. Good. And back to center. Nice and easy. Good. And whatever way works for you. If you need to do a little dance on your way, just do it. And then we will come to something. Hang on. Oh, yes. So what we want to do is settle into our knees, give the hips a little twirl around. We did our thumps. Now we're doing some more energy center work here. And other way. Good. And then come to center. We'll take our hands to the mid-thigh and take an inhale, look up. This is standing cat-cow. So exhale. You're just going to curl the hips under round. Inhale, lengthen. So you're just lengthening. Just a little gaze ahead. Exhale. So be mindful of your lower back here. If your lower back is tweaky, you don't want to be sinking in the lower back. Just take a little tiny look forward. Exhale, round. Inhale, open. Exhale, round. And one more time, opening. Exhale, round. And then we'll open up. Take the arms out. On your inhale, open the heart. Exhale in. And take it at your own pace, at your own breath. So noticing here, once again, what serves you. How much do you need here? On your exhale, where can you just let go? Maybe you want to drop your chin to your chest. On your inhale, maybe taking a glance up. Does that make it better? On your exhale, in. And we'll do one more time. Inhale, open. Exhale, close. Gather in. And then release. Shake out the arms. Circle out your wrists. Good. So we'll do a few lion's breath here. Taking a nice inhale here. On your exhale, lion's breath as tongue comes out, eyes gaze up. We'll do that about 4 times. So let's breathe in when you're ready. And again, when you're ready. So the point of this is you can keep breathing and doing this. I'm just going to explain. This is to open your throat, your center of communication. Center of creativity. And then quiet your face. And we'll come up to the forehead and open the forehead here. Just a few times. Think about sending the energy from your fingers in through your skull, back through your brain, and clearing it out. Just clearing out. That's what this is for. It's not just for your muscle tension, which it's really great for, but it's also just an awareness of clearing out the monkey mind. Get all the little monkeys spread out and taking a little nap now so that you can have a clear mind. And then we'll go over the top of our skull and back. You feel all your little monkeys just getting into their little hammocks in the trees. Settling down for a little snooze so that you can have some freedom to have a clear mind. Good. And then we'll interlace fingers. Press out. Arms come up. And down. So you're going to let your hands just rest on your crown of your head and then press up toward the heavens. And rest. Press and up and down. One more time. Press up. And exhale out. Good. So standing here, noticing how you feel in your body. If you need to have I feel that you need to do a little twirl, you need to do a little self-massage, a little squeeze, whatever you feel you need to do to make your way into mountain pose. So, yes. So we're going to do some half sun salutations here, and then before we do this, let's go ahead and get your chairs ready. So what we need to do is take your chair and put it partially on your mat so it doesn't slip away from you somehow. We don't want any yoga casualties here today. So yes, chair like this on your mat. But we're going to start away from the chair so that we can have some room for our arms to move and a couple of half sun salutations just to warm up a little bit, okay? So let's come to center. I'm just going to stand just for a second so you can get your chair situated. I don't know where you had to go to get it, so here we are. If you already have it, let's just wait a moment. Notice how you feel. Breathe. Okay, so ready or not, here we come. Palms to the heart. Gather in, notice how you feel, the strength in your body, the groundedness of your feet, the lifting through the crown of your head, palms touching at the heart, gathering into center. So from center, our breath will take us in a big swoop. So swooping that energy out, inhale up, and then we'll swan dive forward. Bend your knees a little bit, hinge forward at your hips, run your hands down the backs of your legs if you'd like. Inhale halfway, take your hands, hug your shins. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, swoop your arms up. Maybe you want to take your arms up the backs of your legs to come up. And come up to the top. Hands down and back to center. We'll do that again. Get yourself in center. Take an inhale and lift. Maybe your gaze goes up. Exhale, dive forward. Either swoop down or take your hands connecting with yourself down your legs. Your nervous system loves this. And inhale, center. Come on up halfway. Yum. Exhale, forward fold. And then inhale, lift, and either swoop up or take your hands back up the backs of your legs. And then take your arms up and down, swoop, and hands to heart. Good. So let's turn toward our chair. We're going to do a little modified sun salutation today. Chair is your friend. And so assuming I can remember what we're doing, we'll do it, okay? So step back a little bit from your chair to begin with. So you don't want to be banging your head on your chair. So here's the chair. Just kind of play with that. Make sure you got enough space to do your forward fold without crashing. Okay, please do that. All right, so then come to standing. Come to center as if you're going to begin our half sun salutation. There's your chair. Your chair is your friend. Here you are in center. You're going to take a deep breath in, swoop up. Exhale, dive forward. Yum. Maybe run your hands down the backs of your legs. Inhale halfway. Exhale, forward fold. Okay, so on your next inhale, you'll come up just enough to take hold of the back of your chair. Step back a little bit into a supported down dog. So it's like a half down dog. You're pressing back, standing. Notice how your shoulders feel. If the shoulders are hunched up by your ears, send them back away from your ears so that you might need to step forward a little bit. So find your alignment here so you're in basically like an L. So this is your down dog. On your inhale, you're just going to press into your feet, rise up, step forward to the back of your chair, stand tall, shoulders broad, and we're going to do a standing upward facing dog. So we'll come up on our tiptoes. Gather the energy all the way up through your legs. You want to be strong in your legs, stable in your feet. You're holding onto the chair, tummy's in, heart is lifted, and then look up. So both legs engaged. And on your exhale, come back to center. Send your left leg back behind you. You're going to come to a warrior one here. So your hands are on the chair for stability. You're going to press the hips through. If you want to stay here, you can stay here for a couple of breaths, really pressing back through this open hip here. If you like, you can take arms up. Breathe. And on your next exhale, we're going to open up gently into warrior two. So get yourself situated here into a nice warrior two. You can take your hand to your chair if you need to. And then from here, we're going to drop the back palm back to your thigh, turn the front palm up. Take an inhale, little reverse warrior as we side bend here. Keep that front knee bent. Now remember that, you're strengthening that front leg. And then on your next inhale, you're going to helicopter your arms around, take the chair, take the back arm up, pivot to face the chair again. Step forward. Take an inhale up, palms touch, and to the heart. Okay, so we'll do that on the other side. Step back a little bit. Take your hands to your heart. And we'll inhale, swoop and lift. Exhale, forward fold. Run your hands down the backs of your legs or just flow forward. Inhale, halfway up. Exhale, bend your knees a lot. Take your hands onto your chair. Step back to downward facing dog. On your next inhale, you're going to rise up, walk towards your chair, just close enough so that you can stand behind it nice and tall. On your inhale, come up on your toes. Gather in the muscles of your legs, your belly, your heart lifts. Look up into upward facing dog at the chair. Breathe. On your exhale, come to center and lower your feet, your heels. This time, take your right leg back and find your position for warrior one here. So your front toes are reaching forward, back toes are angled out, hips are swiveled to face the front here as best you can. Good. So find that. Maybe take one arm up, both arms up. Warrior one. Take some breaths. Easy shoulders. What can you let go of you don't need to hold on to? Or what can you hold on to that you shouldn't let go of if you're falling over? Hold the chair. On your next exhale, I'm going to swivel around to warrior two. I'm going to be back to you, sadly. But here we are. So find your warrior two. Take a couple of breaths there. Take the back hand down. Take the front arm up. Take a little reverse warrior. Front knee remains bent, pressing out to the side. And then on your next inhale, helicopter the arms around, swivel around to the front. Come to center, step forward on both feet. Take your arms up, palms touch, and come down to the heart. Good, so just allowing yourself to settle here. Maybe take your hands to the chair if you need a support. Just take a moment to breathe, notice how you feel. And then turning sideways, you can take the chair, hold on to your chair here. We're just going to do a little flow to get the side body open. So we'll take our hand here on the back of the chair, standing nice and tall. Let's take one arm up, take the outside arm up, and we're just going to press out to the side as we hold on to this chair. So a nice long line through your entire side body. Reaching out, pressing, bottom shoulders down, tummy in. Man, do I need this today? Holy smokes. And then on your inhale, come on up, and then we're going to just press the other hip, the other side toward the chair and draw this elbow in. So we're getting a little bit on the other side, but it's just a pretty little flow here. So the elbow comes in, take an inhale, reach out, up, exhale, over. Take an inhale, up, out, pull the elbow in. Inhale, reach up, exhale, over. Inhale up, draw your belly in as you press a little bit into the chair, elbow in, press it out, and palm rests. Ease out your shoulders. So I'm going to take my chair to the other side so I don't have to turn my back to you. And we'll do it on the other side. So just coming standing center, find your mountain pose. And we'll just play with this first. So inhale, arm comes up, and we just want to arc over. So notice what you need to do here. Let's see, the top shoulder presses back a little bit. You don't want to round toward the chair. You want everything to be up, facing forward, and arcing over, right? So that means you have to draw your tummy in a little bit here, but you're really pulling, you're grounding through this foot, but you're pulling all the way through the ribs, all the way through your shoulder, even though that it's released, you're pulling more through the outside of your arm and across. So breathe here. Into the ribs. What are you holding? You don't need to hold on to. What do you need to let go of to feel better? And then on your inhale, float up and out. On your exhale, pressing in. Just a little side bend toward the chair. So the elbow presses in. So inhale, reach out and up. Exhale, over. Inhale, float up. Exhale, gently press in. Inhale, float up and over. Exhale here. Last time, come up and exhale. And coming out to center, reach your arm way out and down. And both arms can come down. Good. So let's ease shoulders around. Good, good. Take a little hug. Chin to your chest. And so let your arms rest. And we're going to do something really fun today, which is Revolved Triangle. So that's why I have the chair here. Now you want to turn the seat of the chair towards you. And we'll come to facing the chair. Let's take our right foot ahead. The left foot goes back not too far. Not as far as you would in like a warrior. Just step it back. So think about here, how far can you go back and still keep your hips squared ahead? And then you'll lengthen your spine nice and tall. Hinge from the hips so you have a nice long back. We'll take our hands to the chair. So notice, I want you to notice now, let's notice so if your right foot is ahead, let's notice that right hip crease. We want to keep it pressing back. We don't want to let it hike up. We want it back so the hips stay level. Take your left hand under the shoulder, drop your right arm. So think now about really lengthening in your spine. Draw your tummy in, and then on your inhale, you just want to draw the top arm up so that the chest opens and blossoms out. Nothing like a little strange twist in a day. And breathe. And then we'll take that hand down. Good. Step forward. So have your feet together here. Take your hands to the outer side of the chair so you can hold on here or just put your wrist down. And we'll do a little cat-cow just so we can realign the spine. Let's have our feet about hip width apart. And we'll take an inhale and lengthen your back. And exhale and round. And inhale, lengthen. Exhale, round. So we're just kind of realigning the spine back in center after wrenching it around in our triangle. And come back to center. So this time we'll step the left foot ahead. Right foot comes back a little bit. It's like the Egyptian walk, you know. So the toes on both feet are facing forward. And we're lengthening our spine. Drop the left hand down this time. I'm going to be reaching away from you. So you lengthen your back and then you're just going to open up in a twist. So you can I'll rearrange your feet so you're feeling comfortable here. And you just get a nice long twist through the spine. How are you feeling? Everybody okay? No casualties? Good. So allow the breath to move in down through your nose, down through your spine. Back off if you need to. What do you need to let go of to be very comfortable here? So you want to gather up the energy of the legs, work out through the spine, up through your arm. Take a breath. On your exhale, I see Mary up here. She's smiling at me like, what are you doing? And your exhale will bring you down. You press the back foot, front foot to meet the back foot, so both feet are back behind you, lined up under your hips. And then we'll just press back into a little down dog, like a half down dog here. Good. And then stepping forward, coming up. Take your time, ease out your shoulders. Maybe do a little twist here, get things kind of undone. And we'll come to sitting. But leave your chair here because we're going to use it in just a second, okay? So we'll come to sitting, take soles of the feet together. And now I'm the legless yoga teacher, but that's okay. You can sit down with the soles of your feet together like this. And just at your own place of comfort, just sitting up tall here. And then we'll exhale, forward fold. Nice, easy breath. So we've been up and moving and pulling and hauling, and now it's time to just settle in. Easy shoulders, soft face. Allow your breath to be just what you need right now. You can take long, slow, full, and deep 3-part breaths if you like. And as you let it out, maybe go a little deeper. Notice letting go, releasing. You can just breathe naturally and freely if you like, whatever feels good for you. Yeah, good. So as you're here, let's gently pull the spine through nice and tall, right from where you are, if you can, and then back up. Good, take the legs together, take the knees up. Take your hands behind you to just support a little bit as you keep your spine tall. And I'm just rocking my knees side to side. Let them chill out here a little bit. Before we go into further chilling, which means that we're just going to swivel around, take your calves to your chair. We're going to go, this is a gentle inversion. So instead of standing on our heads today, we're going to do this. Is that bothering anybody? I don't know. If you want to stand on your head, stand on your head. But as for me, I'm going to go here, put my calves in the chair and lower myself down and find a place of rest here. So you want it to be so that your back is fully supported on the mat. You might need to grab your blanket and put it onto your head. You want to release tension in your legs. So notice, if you can, that your knees are basically in line with your hips, feet in line with your knees, as best you can, wherever you can be comfortably here, and allow your back to fully settle. Good. If you need to, let's do a couple little pelvic tilts. You can press your calves into the mat and curl your hips under. Press your waistline down toward the floor. And then release. And press it down. And release. And one more time. Press it down. And release. So now taking your arms wherever you're comfortable, maybe goalpost, maybe down by your side with the palms turned up, maybe even across your chest if that would feel good. You can have your hands on your thighs, on your belly. I'm going to sit up, but you can stay there. It's time to read our poem for today by Mary Oliver. So I hope you're in a comfy place. I'll share with you this poem by Mary Oliver for this week, the second Sunday, from the second Sunday of Lent. And before I read it, I will share the meditation about it. So coming back to it, your breath, resting, noticing, and drawing your awareness to listening. We go back to the passage from Mark. We remember that the passage from Mark is full of mysteries, and at its core is how salvation somehow involves both losing one's life and saving it. Jesus warns that there are ways to gain the whole world and yet still lose your life. And at the same time, he promises that God works through loss in order to save. With Mary Oliver, we can see these mysteries unfold in the natural world and in our own lives through the ancient rhythms of giving and receiving, losing and saving, holding on
and letting go. So our poem is In Blackwater Woods by Mary Oliver. Look, the trees are turning their own bodies into pillars of light, are giving off the rich fragrance of cinnamon and fulfillment. The long tapers of cattails are bursting and floating away over the blue shoulders of the ponds. And every pond, no matter what its name is nameless now. Every year, everything I have ever learned in my lifetime leads back to this: the fires and the black river of loss, whose other side is salvation, whose meaning none of us will ever know. To live in this world, you must be able to do three things: to love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends on it, and when the time comes to let it go, to let it go. Every year, everything I have ever learned in my lifetime leads back to this: the fires and the black river of loss, whose other side is salvation, whose meaning none of us will ever know. To live in this world, you must be able to do three things: to love what is mortal, to hold it against your bones, knowing your own life depends on it, and when the time comes to let it go, to let it go. So I invite you, as you rest, to take a moment to perhaps ponder what it is in your life you need to let go of in order to gain a better life. Are there ways that you're having to lose your life for the sake of Christ? And what are you gaining as you let those things go? Breathing here, resting, pondering. And coming gently back now to this place by noticing your hips settling into the floor, or if you've taken your feet out of the chair, maybe your feet are on the mat as well, but having knees bent if you're on the mat, and if you're in a chair, allowing your legs to stay there for a moment. And we'll do a little opening for the outer hip. We draw the right knee in, press the sole of your right foot up, just opening, twirling out the ankle again, flexing, pointing maybe, and then draw the right ankle across the left knee. Notice how you feel here. Let the shoulders soften, let your face find ease. If you'd like, you can draw your left knee closer in towards you. Maybe take your arms out side to side and just allow yourself to settle. As you're here, you can massage out your scalp if you'd like. Do a little multitasking. Open up your hip, massage your scalp, maybe your ears. Take a breath, stretch your arms over your head gently. And then coming back to your legs. If you want to pull them in a little bit farther, you can hold on
behind your left thigh and draw that knee in a little closer. Squaring off your hips as always. And then we'll release the right leg up, stretch it up. Reach up, give your leg a little massage. Smooth it out. And then take it back to the chair. And we'll take left knee up, stretch that leg up. And plant the left ankle across the left knee. If you want to stay here, just stay right here. Enjoy. If you want to draw the right knee towards you a little bit for a little more, try that, see how that feels. If you want to back out, that's fine too. Shoulders are soft and easy, and just rest here, breathing. Again, if you like, take your arms out by your sides, that's fine. Reach them over your head. Take goalposts, whatever feels good. And if you'd like to reach behind your right thigh and draw the legs a little bit closer, try that or not. And this time, maybe just rocking your head side to side a little bit. Letting your neck really release here, soften there. Ease it out. And releasing your leg, you can take your hands behind your neck. Give your neck a little massage. Maybe reach across, give your shoulders a little rub. Rub the arms. Give your arms some love all the way down to the elbows, the wrists. And circling out through the shoulders a little bit. The elbows circle over your head, around to the side, all around. And other way, gently and mindfully. And make your way back to center, and we'll interlace hands behind the left thigh. Take the left leg up. Flex and point through your foot again. Circle out your ankle. Now draw both knees in. Press the soles of both feet to the sky, supporting behind your thighs. And then draw the knees into your chest. So you can go into Shavasana either by resting your calves back on the chair and just staying there if that felt really good. If you like, you can roll onto your side, press yourself up, and just take that old chair off the mat. Thank you, chair, for your help. And we'll come back to the mat and lie back and stretch out. And moving from there into your Shavasana. Maybe your blanket underneath your knees, your blanket underneath your head. Take some time to rest. Settling out there, coming back to an easy breath. Finding the floor coming up to meet you. And from here, again, what can you let go of that will serve you? How can you soften your face in a way that will allow the worry lines to release from between your brows? Allow your jaw to settle so you're not clenching your teeth. Allow the chest to be nice and easy as heart opens. And allow the breath to move freely. Just rest. So returning now to a gentle awareness of the easiness of your breath. And noticing your body resting here. And notice what you're hearing.
And if you like to open your eyes now, just open your eyes softly and gaze around. See your environment with fresh eyes. And when you're ready, just circling out wrists, ankles, fingers, toes. Take whatever stretch would feel good for you. Maybe arms overhead, reaching out, whatever feels right. And from here, gather your knees into your chest, rock it out a little bit side to side if that would feel good. And eventually making your way over onto one side. Allowing yourself to settle there. And pressing up to sitting. So make your way to a comfortable seat. And we'll take hands to heart, and we'll close with our prayer for this week. God of grace, help me to love what is mortal. Help me to hold on to what needs to be embraced, to let go of what needs to be let go, and have the wisdom to know the difference. God of love, we thank you for this time that we can explore. We can know that we are seen, known, loved, and held. As we offer our hearts to you, we open them up to receive your presence as we leave the mat and go from this place to hear your voice and to be your hands and feet for one another as we hear you giving us those prompts in this world. Thank you, Lord, for being with us always. Thank you for everyone who's watching, listening, attending. Many blessings on the top of each head for this day and always. In the name of Jesus the Christ, amen. So thank you for practicing with me today. Shalom.